Welcome! It's Mud Dog with the Texas Space Navy bringing you another Star Citizen video. And today we're going to take a look at the Roadmap Roundup for September 18th, 2020. So this just came out just a little bit ago, so I thought we'd take a little closer look at it and see what changes we are to expect. So, the notable changes. Looks like the relaxation of Armistice zones. We'll go into more detail on that here in a minute. But there's going to be some combat that you can do around or in Armistice zones around the rest stops. There will be no FPS combat, but it will be ship-to-ship combat. And like I said, we'll go into a little bit more detail on that. If you've watched some of my other videos, you will have some information on that, most likely already. So, the Stanton system Spacescaping. So that's been added to the 312 column. This is all about the gas cloud tech and adding some of these beautification effects into the Stanton system. The ship AI, hazard awareness, and avoidance, that has been moved back to the 312 column. AI is just not where they want it yet, but it'll make sense more as well, because when they bring in server meshing, that sort of thing, some of this AI stuff that looks bugged right now will improve with the server meshing. It'll be much smoother, much better, because the system has to account for everything that's in the Stanton system right now. But when server meshing comes in, it only has to account for small bits and pieces. So that AI is going to be much better when we move into that server meshing era of Star Citizen, which is going to be expected around 312, or at least we're hoping. The following cards have been moved to polishing: the updated ground textures and updated geology. Let's take a closer look at the roadmap itself as we go over here and look. We're going to start off with 311 and then we'll get into 312. I'm just going to close 312 altogether. 311 is Q3 2020. As most of you probably already know, it is on the PTU for the Evocati right now. They are testing this 311 patch, and hopefully Wave 1 will get it in the next couple of weeks. I'm actually hoping maybe in a week. That would really show how improved some of the processes are for Star Citizen going into this 311 patch. I know that they've been really working on stability, so I'm hoping that some of that also plays into it. We'll see. So they have repainting existing planets and moons at 0 out of 15. That does not mean they haven't done any work on this. You've seen proof of that in yesterday's video and in videos in the previous couple of weeks. They have definitely started on this. They just may not have each planet completed as yet, so it shows 0 out of 15 tasks. But they have definitely gone in and started working on all of this. I have a feeling this is not going to take long. It's going to go from 0 to 15 rather quickly. So I would expect that to happen very quickly, maybe even overnight kind of thing. Updated ground textures. So this is something that they've been working on. We talked about it a little bit yesterday, where the dirt's going to look more like dirt, the gravel's going to look like gravel. They want it to be more organic, look more realistic. So they have done some different things with shaders and textures and stuff to make those look more improved over where they were. Updated geology, that's the same thing. It's, they want rocks to look more unique and organic and not look, the same, especially the way that they spread them out apart from one another. We used to have a lot of issues traveling on planets where you're going to run into rocks or you're going to go through invisible rocks and stuff. I think this updated geology actually fixes some of that, and you will get the spread of these crazy rocks more spread out across the planet rather than all in, a 200-meter area. So hopefully that will improve some of our travel on planet sides. Tonight, my org is going to do kind of like a mini org thing where they're racing across Daymar, just to kind of test out how much they've actually installed of this geology update. Now, obviously, that's still on 310, and they were supposedly working on some of that then, so they'll see tonight how much it's actually done to improve some of that. Space Station Cargo Deck. Wow, we are 70 out of 72 tasks. This thing is almost in polishing. They are really, really close to being done. This is where you're going to drop off and pick up, buy new cargo and equipment, take on cargo-related missions. They're going to have mission specific. So it's going to be like, take cargo from point A to point B. It's not going to be just delivery boxes. This is going to be like full constellation fulls of cargo, maybe even, filling up an entire Carrack or Caterpillar and transferring that cargo to another station. So really cool that they're going to have some of that implemented, and maybe that's why it's 70 out of 72. Maybe the missions haven't been added just yet, but a lot of the functionality is in. That's something that a lot of those Ivocati are testing out right now on 3.11. But under gameplay, the relaxation of Armistice restrictions. So they're going to allow ship combat in the Armistice zones and around all rest stops. No FPS combat, it'll be disabled. And ensuring all the stations are adequately protected, they're going to be adding defensive turrets, which are going to be size 4 and size 10. And they're going to add security drones, which are going to be size 6. So there is going to be some major firepower at some of these rest stops. So you're going to have to mind your P's and Q's if you're actually going to fight against some of these rest stops. Then they're also going to add appropriate security response to the threat. So if you are a low-level criminal that's attacking it, they're only going to get a small, maybe like an Avenger or a Gladius come and take you on. Then maybe the next step will be like Vanguards. Then you're starting to look at something more along the lines of maybe a Hammerhead coming to take you on. Who knows how deep this will go? Will it go all the way up to an Idris? I don't know, but it definitely is pretty interesting. And it's something that I'm going to want to test out, even though I'm not a criminal type player at heart. Oh yeah, we're going to do this for some content, and we're going to check that out. Let me know in the comments down below if you're actually interested in seeing that. I know I am interested in doing that for you guys. Force reactions, 98 out of 106. We saw one video on this, and it was super cool. It kind of came out of nowhere. I'm super interested and excited about the force reaction gameplay. When you throw a grenade, you want to see people fly across the screen, right? So yeah, I'm definitely interested in this. If you ram into something and you're standing on the ship, you'll go flying. Really cool stuff. I can't wait to see all the different implementations of these force reactions. Very cool. And it's almost done. I mean, they're lacking, 8 tasks for having that completely finished. So polishing player and external inventory, that was in polishing last week. We saw a video on that yesterday. Very cool. I can't wait to test that out a little bit as well. Improved throw. 2 tasks from being complete. Just 2. Wait, what are they dragging their feet on? You got 2 here, 6 there. They are almost complete on all of these tasks, which means it's really close to being into the hands of PTU Wave 1. So awesome to see that that's almost complete. I can't wait to be able to throw things accurately. Then we move down to ships and vehicles. The Origin 100i. This is the starter from Origin, and Origin is the more luxurious of all the manufacturers in the game. So expect some luxury in your, starter ship here. Some people are going to really want this over a Mustang or an Aurora. I don't know. We'll have to see what the starter packs actually have in them when they come out. But I do expect some people to pick this up, especially if you're newer to the game. These are probably ships that you will really be interested in. We'll have to find out what the pricing is and how good they are in comparison to a Mustang Alpha or an RSI Aurora MR, which are the other starter ships. Now, I would still say the Avenger Titan is a fantastic starter ship, but it is more expensive. The Arrow is considered a starter ship, and it's way more expensive at $90. Then you also have the Pisces Runabout. That's the best way to put it. To me, that one's one of the better bangs for the buck if you are, running cargo and possibly wanting to do any kind of multi-crew stuff. You can definitely fit a couple of other people in there with you. Very cool ships. We'll have to see how these turn out. The Mercury Star Runner is now 62 out of 114 tasks. It's barely making any progress at all, which is kind of scary. It's not coming out exactly at 3.11. It'll be 3.11.1 or 3.11.2. And I've got to be honest with you, right now it's looking like 3.11.2. I mean, this thing is only halfway through. What have they been doing with it? I mean, what have they been working on? I don't know. Did they take people off the Star Runner to work on something else for the time being? It just doesn't seem like it's making a lot of progress. We've seen the chassis. I mean, we've seen some of the hallways. It seemed like it was way further along than it is. So I'm guessing it's going to be 3.11.2 right now. Then we move down to weapons and items. The Bearing BR2 ballistic shotgun, that's been done for about a week now. So this looks like it's going to be a drum shotgun. I really don't know much else about it. I'll have to play it to find out, exactly how it works. But if it's a drum shotgun, that may be a little OP. I guess it could cost a fortune, but I don't know. That would be pretty awesome. And then you have the Bearing GP33 grenade launcher. Again, this one could be OP as well. We've seen it in action. It is pretty devastating, but we don't know how many grenades are in the magazine. So hopefully it is a little bit more limited. That way it's not quite as OP. Maybe 3 shots and then it takes a little bit to reload. And it could be, costly to do so. So very interesting to find out, or interested to find out what the price of this thing's going to be and what size magazines go in it. The ground cover buoyancy, that has been in play for a while. It's been polished for a while. This one, I believe, might have been in 310, or they announced it right at 310 that it was going to be in. But yeah, this has been around. It's been a thing for quite a while. It's been in polishing for quite a while. So let's move on to 312 and see what the changes are there. So we still have the mystery armor at 1 out of 7. No clue what that's going to be. It could be Titan armor, but judging by this shape here, I mean, if that's an accurate depiction, which it may not be at all, we don't know. Stanton Systems Spacescaping has been added and it's scheduled, but we have already seen some preliminary work on this. So scheduled isn't exactly correct. They have been working on it. So I am excited for this. This is going to make the Stanton system that much more beautiful. And I can't wait to fly into some of these nebula, these gas clouds, and see what they have to offer from up close and, and personal. You guys let me know in the comments down below if that's something you are excited about. That looks cool to me. The refinery decks are 30 out of 49. We know that the props team are adding a few more things to flesh this out, and I imagine the refinery gameplay is being closed up as well, where you bring your rocks that you just mined, drop them off there, start the refinery process. You'll refine the ore and then get it back as refined ore and then take it to sell it someplace for a much prettier penny than what you would get for the raw materials. That's the idea behind this gameplay. So very cool idea. I wonder how much more is it going to be worth it. We should be getting a refinery ship in the game as well. Is that coming in 312? Is that one of the ships that's going to pop up out of nowhere? They talked about it at CitizenCon last year about having a refinery ship. I think we're going to get one around this time. It would only make sense with the refinery gameplay to have that ship come in as well. So we'll have to wait and see on that one as well. Ship AI, hazard awareness, and avoidance. This one's still scheduled. It's been scheduled for a while. Again, I think this is something that is dependent on server meshing a bit, because the load on the server is just too much. It's been too much for a long time. They've had to pretty much, disable a lot of features of the game just so that we could see the new features. So I would imagine once server meshing's in game, this is going to be online, and you're going to see some pretty cool AI in the game as well. That's obviously speculation. Gameplay, station-based refinery. So this is going to be something that you're going to be able to do. It goes along with the refinery deck and maybe a refining ship. So you're going to be able to, do all your own work on your ore to refine it down into a pricey, something that worth a lot more than what you originally got for it. So it'll be worth more than the raw material. Weapon zeroing, T0, so that's going to be tier 0. So this is a 3 out of 5. Again, this is not something I would think that would take too long to do. They've been working on it, but I have a feeling they've been working on other things as well. There are a lot of weapons in the game already, so maybe that's why it's taking a little bit longer than most people would expect. It's because they got to do this for every weapon in the game. Instead of just snipers or something. So yeah, that's probably why it's taking so long, is because they're having to do it for each and every weapon. And it's only tier 0, so this will be much more complicated later on down the road. You'll probably be able to do stuff based off of wind and gravity and all that. Pretty cool idea anyways. Object push and pull. This is 4 out of 6. It's been 4 out of 6 I think for the last couple of weeks. Another one I'm kind of looking forward to. We're going to be able to push those, big Benny boxes around instead of, kind of kicking them around. Yeah, it should be cool that we'll be able to push and pull different things. Maybe we'll be able to push each other. So if a bad guy's going to shoot you, you can push your partner out of the way. I don't know. Let's find out what that gameplay is going to be all about. I'm very interested to see what all it entails. Elevator panel updates. They're halfway done on this, so they have definitely been doing some work on it. They still have a little ways to go. This has been in the works for a couple of patches now, I think since 3.9. So yeah, they should get this done in time. The death animation improvements. This is something that was pushed back a little bit as well. To me, it's not a priority really, and I don't think they think it's a priority either. Maybe it's more a priority for Squadron 42 than it is for the PU. So that's probably why it's here. And it's lower on the priority list even for Squadron 42. So it's probably one of the last things they're going to work on for the game. So that's my guess. Well, that's I don't know if a developer wants to comment on that or not. Then we have the law system version 2, Surrender. The law system's going to be more than just surrender in version 2. Now you're going to also have the ability to forgive anybody that shoots you. So you orgs out there, you people that want to participate in org combat, you can now go at each other and forgive your org mate for shooting you. So if you split up into 2 or 3 teams and you're having a free-for-all or some sort of capture the Carrack or whatever it is you're doing, you can forgive the guy who shot you so that your buddies don't get a crime stat. I know this is going to play big into my org and my org ops. We are really looking forward to some of this. Actually, it's going to be in 3.11 that you can do that, but it's not listed there. That you'll be able to forgive people for shooting you. At least that's what I heard. It was going to be in 3.11. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. I mean, Surrender is supposed to come in version 2, but I think they're doing the law system in 3.11 that lets you forgive your teammates for shooting you. That, like I said, that's something we're definitely looking forward to. If you guys want to join in on those org ops, you can definitely do that. You can find our Discord in the description of the video. You can also find a link to join my org in the description of the video as well. We do a lot of stuff on Saturday nights. We have people that play all throughout the week. So definitely don't hesitate to join if you're a cool person and you want to participate in more than single person events. Then we have under ships and vehicles, the Speria Talon. No progress made according to this. I bet they have made progress. It's just not updated, or at least they don't want to say we've completed these tasks. The tasks are 99% through, but they're not 100%, so they don't ping them at 13 out of 26. Again, that's speculation. The multi-tool tractor beam, tier 0 again on this one. It's 5 out of 14. This is something that definitely has to be implemented in the game. There are several ships that also have tractor beams, so this is going to be the precursor to the ships being able to use theirs. Another really cool feature that they're getting in the game. And then the server to client actor network rework, one that we all assume that is going to include maybe iCache and server meshing. At least we're hoping. Otherwise, this is just going to fix a lot of the lag issues, a lot of the desync issues, and a lot of the 30K issues. Maybe it's going to encompass all of it. We don't know exactly what this means. It's been on the roadmap for quite a while, and it keeps getting pushed back. So I'm interested to find out exactly what this entails. So guys, thank you for tuning in and watching this video. I really do appreciate it. Thank you. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that little bell icon if you want to see more of these. And, especially hit that subscribe button if you've not subscribed before. I want to grow this channel to 10,000 strong before the end of the year. This last month we moved a little slow towards that progress. I've missed a few days of videos due to family issues and stuff. I've been trying to stay on the course through this month, and so far I've been pretty fortunate. I've started a new job this month, or really at the end of last month, and I've been trying to juggle the job, family, and doing these videos. Luckily, I've been pretty fortunate to get multiple videos out ahead of time and try to get ahead a little bit. Right now am not ahead. I'm doing this on the fly, so to speak. So hopefully this weekend I'll be able to get back ahead, maybe do some more org-op videos. I know that you guys really appreciate these videos more and my speculation videos more, so I'm going to try to get a few more of those in as we get more information in on upcoming patches, features, and news. So once again, thank you all. If you want to contribute to this channel, you can do that by going on to my Patreon or my YouTube members. There's different price points you can get in at. And again, I haven't really done those subscribers, those people that are joining, enough justice yet. I mean, you guys are so generous, and I really need to do more for you guys. So hopefully I can get something together in the not so distant future that's more in line with your contribution. You can also contribute by watching the ads all the way through and clicking on the ads. That definitely helps my channel as well. So once again, thank you guys. You guys are awesome. I'm Mud Dog with the Texas Space Navy, and I'll see you out in the verse.